Hello, friends. Today, we will talk about the 10 best places in Istanbul. The Pearl of Turkey, which connects Asia and Europe, was once the capital of the Ottoman and Byzantine empires. Enjoy watching this content in 4K resolution, where we describe Istanbul, from its unique architectural works to its tower, which is the iconic symbol of the city, from the Bosphorus that divides the city into two with its extraordinary view, to the busiest streets of the city. Let's move on to the video. Galata Tower. Galata Tower, one of the most iconic structures of Istanbul, was built by the Genoese between 1335 and 1349. Built as a watchtower within the Galata walls, the tower, after being used for different purposes in different periods, has been serving as an exhibition venue and museum since 2020 and has become a visiting center for millions of tourists every year. Since the Galata district, from which it takes its name, is located on a hill at an altitude of 35 meters, it provides a magnificent view when climbing the tower. While you can see the Bosphorus from one side, you can see the historical buildings, streets, and avenues of Beyoğlu from the other side. Grand Bazaar. The largest bazaar in the world and one of the oldest covered bazaars. There are approximately 4,000 shops in the Grand Bazaar, and the number of people working here is estimated to be around 25,000. It is said to house nearly 500,000 people at its busiest times during the day. The Grand Bazaar, which was founded in 1460, ranked first among the most visited tourist attractions in the world, with 91,250,000 visitors in 2014. The Grand Bazaar is also often referred to as the world's first shopping mall. Considering all these, this bazaar has become a great attraction and trade center for Istanbul, and has become a place frequented by millions of tourists every year. Süleymaniye Mosque. It is the mosque built by Mimar Sinan between 1551 and 1557 in the name of Süleyman the Magnificent. Süleymaniye Mosque, described as the work of Mimar Sinan's journeyman period, was built as a part of the Süleymaniye complex, consisting of madrasas, library, hospital, school, bathhouse, soup kitchen, treasury, and shops. The mosque, which is one of the most important examples of classical Ottoman architecture, has not formed the slightest crack in the walls of the mosque, although more than 100 earthquakes have occurred in Istanbul since its construction. The mosque, which has 4 minarets, is the 4th Sultan, after the conquest of Istanbul by Süleyman the Magnificent. The 10 honors on these 4 minarets are a sign that he is the 10th Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. Taksim Square. Taksim Square, one of the most famous squares of the city, was built in the early 19th century as part of the efforts for the expansion and modernization of Istanbul, the capital of the Ottoman Empire. The buildings surrounding the square reflect the European architecture of that period. It is one of the biggest tourist attraction centers of Istanbul, with its surrounding restaurants, shops, hotels, entertainment, and cultural places. Taksim Square, which became a square during the Republican era, hosted many political and social events. Hagia Sophia and Blue Mosque. These mosques, located opposite each other, are two of the most important historical and cultural structures of Istanbul. Hagia Sophia Mosque was a basilica-planned patriarchal cathedral built by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I in the old city center of Istanbul's historical peninsula between 532 and 537. After the conquest of Istanbul by the Ottomans in 1453, it was converted into a mosque by Mehmed II. The Sultanahmet Mosque, together with its social complex, is one of the largest works in Istanbul. It was built by the architect Sedefkar Mehmed Ağa between 1609 and 1617 by the Ottoman Sultan Ahmed I Mosque. It is called the Blue Mosque by Europeans because it is decorated with blue, green, and white Iznik tiles, and the interior of its semi-domes and large dome are decorated with mostly blue hand-drawn works. Maiden's Tower. After the naval victory at Kyzikos in 408 BC, Athenian general Alcibiades built a special station on a small rock in front of Üsküdar, probably for ships coming from the Black Sea. The tower, which has become the symbol of Üsküdar, is the only work remaining from the Byzantine period in Üsküdar. It has a history dating back to 24 BC. The Maiden's Tower, which has a very old history, was once used to collect taxes from ships passing through the Bosphorus. A large chain was drawn between the tower and the European side, and ships were allowed to pass between the Anatolian side and the Maiden's Tower. After a while, the tower could not support the chain and collapsed towards the European side. When you look into the water from the tower, you can see the ruins. Rumelia Fortress. The fortress, which is located on the Bosphorus and gives its name to the district it is located in, was built by Fatih Sultan Mehmet before the conquest of Istanbul, in the narrowest part of the Bosphorus, right opposite the Anatolian fortress on the Anatolian side, in order to prevent attacks that could come from the Black Sea, has been made. The three large towers of the fortress, which was completed in a short time of 90 days, have the largest bastions in the world. The fortress, which is used as a museum today, has open exhibitions and does not have an exhibition hall. Artifacts consisting of cannons, cannonballs, and a piece of the chain, said to close the Golden Horn, are exhibited in the garden. Dolmabahçe Palace. The construction of the palace, built by Sultan Abdülmecid, started in 1843 and was completed in 1856. The area where Dolmabahçe Palace is located today was a large bay on the Bosphorus, where the Ottoman admirals' ships anchored until 4 centuries ago. The palace, which has been serving as a museum since 1984, attracts the attention of its visitors with its architectural style, decorations, baths, gardens, and wall gates, designed to emulate the monumental dimensions of European palaces. Eyüp Sultan Mosque. It is a mosque in Eyüp Sultan, a district of Istanbul outside the walls of Constantinople, located on the shores of the Golden Horn. The complex also includes the tomb where Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, the standard-bearer and companion of the Islamic prophet Muhammad, is buried. The current building, located on a very old site, dates from the early 19th century. The mosque, which was built after the conquest of Istanbul, was completed 5 years after the conquest and is the first mosque in Istanbul after the conquest. The mosque was once the center of a larger complex that included a madrasa, soup kitchen, and bath. The madrasa was probably demolished during the reconstruction of the existing mosque, but a large part of the bathhouse was preserved and remained in use. Topkapı Palace. Built by Mehmed the Conqueror in 1478, Topkapı Palace is the palace used as the administrative center of the Ottoman Empire, and where its sultans lived for 400 years of its 600-year history. Nearly 4,000 people once lived in it. The palace, which is one of the most important historical monuments in the Istanbul Historical Peninsula, was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1985 and today serves as a museum. The palace contains valuable treasures, works of art, and historical documents, and is visited by tourists from all over the world. These were the 10 most visited places in Istanbul, the Pearl of Turkey and the tourism paradise. If you liked the video, do not forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be informed about the next videos. Take care of yourself. Bye.